One of the most anti-2A Democrat congressmen there has just called it quits. It's great news if you've been following this channel for any period of time, but, and there's always a but, a Republican senator who has been pretty good on the Second Amendment is also pulling the pin. Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, the premier source for Second Amendment news, and today we're going to break down a big moment in U.S. politics. 79-year-old Jerry Nadler, the Penguin, who I call, the representative out of New York, who's been a long-standing figure in Congress, is stepping down after 34 years on the job. And we'll explore why this matters, what he kind of has accomplished against us for, you get it, and then what comes next. The Democrat Party itself has some issues, as we all know. We'll talk about that a little bit, and then we'll talk about the Republican who's leaving office as well. But first, in an emergency, every second counts. Whether you are at the shooting range or on the road or even traveling with family, being prepared can save your life. The Wellness Company's medical emergency kit puts urgent care at your fingertips. It's compact and ready to travel. Inside are 8 life-saving medications, including ivermectin, a generic Z-Pak, amoxicillin, and more, covering over 30 common conditions when hospitals and urgent care are not available. Worried about expiration dates? A U.S. military study published in the National Library of Medicine found that 90% of 100-plus core drugs remain safe and effective for up to 15 years beyond their listed expiration dates. Each kit comes with a detailed step-by-step guide from the Wellness Company's medical board, giving you the confidence to handle emergencies when it matters most. Prepare for the unexpected today with the medical emergency kit. Don't leave your safety to chance. Get the medical emergency kit today at twc.health/gunsandgadgets and use code gunsandgadgets to save up to $30 plus you'll get free shipping. It's available for U.S. residents only. Thanks to the Wellness Company for sponsoring this video. All right, so Jerry Nadler was first elected in 1992, and he served over 3 decades in the U.S. House of Representatives, representing the Manhattan District in New York. Most recently, New York's 12th, making him one of the longest-serving members in Congress. It's crazy. He's been there a long, long time. As chair of the House Judiciary Committee from 2019 to 2023, he led impeachment proceedings against President Trump, you might remember. Notably, he served as a ranking member before stepping down in late 2024 when Jamie Raskin launched a challenge. Now, some of the anti-gun legislation that Nadler pushed includes assault weapon bans, the Protecting Our Kids Act. As chair of the House Committee on the Judiciary, Nadler led passage of bills including the reinstated assault weapons ban bill that we covered here live on this channel. I think that was like a 10-hour live stream. And his own signature Protecting Our Kids Act, which he described as an extensive, sweeping gun safety package targeting issues like trafficking and ghost guns. He also was behind the expansion of universal background checks, the Bipartisan Background Check Act of 2021, and he backed H.R. 1446, which was the Enhanced Background Checks Act of 2021. Those were to broaden and strengthen background check requirements, but it was a registry hidden in there. He played a central role in passing H.R. 8, which aimed to close background check loopholes in gun sales. He was very big in the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, very influential in the debates on that. That's been called the most significant piece of federal gun control that's been enacted since 1994. He was also behind the comprehensive federal gun safety resolutions that he did on August 21st of this year. He, along with Representative Dan Goldman, introduced a House resolution in the wake of a mass shooting in Midtown Manhattan, and it condemned the tragedy and called for an assault weapons ban and a universal background check, as well as the implementation of red flag laws, and I covered that here on this channel about 10 days ago. It's been reported that Nadler remarked, quote, "Watching the Biden thing really said something about the necessity for generational change. A younger successor can maybe do better, can maybe help us more." Again, he's old, 78, he'll be 79 by the time he steps out of office here. Now, with 34 years in Congress, stepping down early from his current term means he'll leave when it ends in January 2027, giving room for a full campaign cycle. So he's not leaving today. He is leaving at the end of his term, which is going to be January 27. So the midterms coming up are going to be big for his district. Now, his decision is also kind of symbolic. He's among 4 other senior House Democrats retiring without pursuing another office amid a push to modernize the party leadership and go with younger people. He joins the other retiring congressmen in the Democrat Party, Lloyd Doggett of Texas, Danny K. Davis of Illinois, Dwight Evans of Pennsylvania, and Jan Schakowsky in Illinois as well. So who might take his seat? Well, the race is already heating up. He announced this yesterday, but people have already come out saying they're interested. One person's already declared, but it's Manhattan, it's New York. So the chance we get a constitutional conservative in this new election, and especially in this turn to younger policymakers, is probably slim to none at best. Now, Nadler's retirement signals a turning point for the Democratic Party, especially in urban areas like Manhattan. And while his departure does mark the end of an influential era for him, in the Democrat Party, it would be one less thorn in the side of 2A advocates and 2A groups as well. Now, as I mentioned, we are losing a fairly decent, nowhere near perfect Second Amendment defender, if you want to say that, in the Senate as well. U.S. Senator Joni Ernst of Iowa today, moments ago, right before I hit record, just announced that she will not seek re-election in 2026 for her next term. So she will be retiring after 2 terms in the Senate. Ernst, who is 55, is relatively young when it comes to senators and congressmen. She was elected in the Senate in 2014, becoming the first woman to represent Iowa and the first female combat veteran to serve in the upper chamber. In her announcement today, Ernst said, quote, "This was no easy decision. I never imagined this farm girl would have an opportunity to serve as a lieutenant colonel and then a United States senator." Now, during her 2 terms, Ernst, she did back, and she even submitted some bills, but she did back a lot of 2A bills, and she even submitted the Fighting Irrational Regulatory Enforcement to Avert Retailers' Misfortune Act, the Firearm Act, which looked to protect FFLs, or federal firearms licensees, from the Biden administration's zero-tolerance attacks. But, there's always a but, she was one of the Republican senators that Rhino John Cornyn of Texas successfully convinced to join him in voting yes on the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, the biggest piece of gun control legislation in the last 34 years. Now, if you live in these areas, the ones that I mentioned with Nadler in the House, as well as Joni Ernst here in the Senate, get some good candidates to run for office. Back them, help them out when they can. We do not need more communists running for office. Now, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications. There's an opportunity here for a big shift, especially with the redistricting that's happening in this country right now. If you are someone who looks at party affiliation, there could be a chance for Republicans to gain quite a few seats in the House. But with what's going on, will they keep the House, or will they lose the House? Will they expand their lead in the Senate? The House right now, if I remember, is 53 Republicans, 45 Democrats, 2 independents. So 53 to 47, because the 2 independents still caucus with the Democrats. Very slim lead. It's slimmer than that, actually, because there are some vacancies. For instance, a representative from here in Tennessee just quit he retired, but stepped down from office early, left office early right after the one big beautiful bill fiasco stuff. So the lead is not big at all in the House. But we'll see what happens. I appreciate y'all. Let me know your feelings, your thoughts down below. Jerry Nadler, boop, out. So are other Democrats, boop. Joni Ernst, too. So let me know what you think down below. Love to hear your opinions. Hope you're having a phenomenal day, and take care. Have a great one. See ya.